All right, y'all. What's going on, man? Let's cut the music, talk for a little bit. Yes, sir. Back again. What's going on, y'all? Go ahead and jump on here and talk for a little bit. I had no plans, on jumping on to do it live today. Really, I was going to get on tomorrow, but this going to be kind of a maybe a short one, depending on how long the conversation goes. But yeah, speaking of fish, I am cooking some fish right now. you know, So maybe that's where I kind of got my title from because I got some fish in the oven. Yeah, G frame, not fried though. I mean, fried is definitely good, but I'm not frying tonight. Lolita, what's up? Colostrum got some popcorn and some wine. All right, there you go. Tay Tay, what's up? Tay Tay says salute. She's about to share. I appreciate that. Easy E, what's going on? But yeah, I just want to jump on and really just talk about the whole thing going on right now, particular, these two particular fighters. But shout out to WMMA Addict, man, because I was getting in some work last night and I actually came across his live from yesterday. And he was just making some good points. He was making some good points in his live, and his name is WMMA Addict for a reason. Because he's going to give you some reasonable uh views, meaning he is he is a real fan of WMMA, right? Like most of us are. And yeah, I was just listening to the live, and yeah, I have to say I agree with a lot of the stuff you're saying because I was looking at the same stuff, man. Like I was looking at a lot of the same stuff that's been going on right now, and you know, this happens every time we got a new fighter, and it's not bad, right? It's definitely not bad because it brings some attention to WMMA, which is good, right? It's always good when we get some attention in the world of WMMA. It's needed. But, it's been going around now after Wang Kong's knockout, big knockout, and her call out the top 15. I was listening to the interview too, the post fight interview that he had shared. I went back and listened to some of it, and people are already asking the questions, trying to match her up with Valentina Shevchenko, just because they shared the ring like almost a decade ago, you know, and now that Wang Kong is here, the name Wang Kong and Valentina are going to be pretty much kind of tied to each other, right? So now that she's here, every video you see as far as casual goes is going to be matching these two up. So, I wanted to do this live real quick here and just say I agree with Attic on this one, that, and just say, hey, these two, they got bigger fish to fry right now. Wang Kong and Valentina, they got their own paths right now. I mean, again, they shared the ring years ago in the world of kickboxing, but since then, MMA, two different paths. They're almost like in two different eras of WMMA right now. Valentina could very much well be on her way out the door. We don't know. We don't know after this performance coming up Saturday night, right? We have to see what she looks like on the 14th first. But Wang Kong just getting here. She still got the world ahead of her, right? Tay Tay says she's gonna have to come with a different game plan and can't wait on Grasso. She's got to make the first move, definitely. Yeah. So I've been checking in, looking at Valentina working. Easy, what's up, man? JP, what's up? She's been getting that work in. Hopefully, they're making the right changes, though. I really hope so. But yeah, one of the things that he shared too, I kind of thought was funny was this video that somebody did. I think it was one of those channels, Sports Kita or something like that. They did a video called, was it Valentina's Kryptonite? They got a video called Valentina's Kryptonite, and it's already got like over 13,000 views, and people already chiming in saying Wayne Kong is Valentina's Kryptonite now in the UFC. And we just read through the comments, you're like, wow, okay, like what's going on here? Like people see one knockout over Victoria Leonardo, and they think that Valentina's running scared, or we got a new boogie woman. But let's look at some of these comments over here, man, because I'm just looking at the live. Well, hold on. Yeah, this wasn't a live. Yeah, this is just like a regular video, regular chat here, or regular comment section. And people already comparing her to Alex Pieta. People saying that Valentina found her Alex Pieta, her Poison Warrior. Oh man. Some people say they saw the kickboxing fight. Some people felt like Valentina actually won it, and they say now, Valentina's in the MMA world. So, okay, you got some people that are sensible, but for the most part, there's a lot of people saying that, oh, yeah, she is her kryptonite. But then you got some people being, again, reasonable, saying, yeah, Alexa Grasso already dethroned Valentina. Alexa Grasso already dethroned Valentina. So really, Alexa Grasso was that kryptonite, right? Alexa Grasso is the one that's already kind of broken that code now. So we can't really say her kryptonite is Wang Kong. It's not like Wang Kong destroyed her in kickboxing the same way Alex did to Izzy, right? I mean, Izzy was on on an oxygen tank in that rematch. Y'all remember that fight? Did most of y'all see that fight? Like, yeah, Izzy, he was out. He was out. So yeah, you could say that was his nightmare. But Valentina lost. I mean, yeah, Valentina lost, and some people thought Valentina won the fight 10 years ago. So I know it's just one of those situations where people, they look for, they're looking for the next big thing, and I understand. Yeah, I'm just flipping through these comments again. Yeah, a lot of people are calling her, yeah, this big nightmare. Wang Kong will get the belt. But there's so much work that needs to be done, man. Like, people just don't understand. Like, there's a lot of things that have to be done before you can just see somebody get the belt based off of one knockout. Because, like I said, going into this fight, Victoria Leonardo, she was already kind of seen as damaged goods. A lot of us thought Victoria Leonardo was gone. Definitely not downplaying her highlight finish. It was a good finish. That's how you make a big statement. But, trying to say like she's this next champ, I don't see that yet. But, I know what it is. Everybody wants to see a star. Again, the era of Ronda Rousey is gone. But in every sport, somebody's looking for a star. Everybody's looking for somebody to root for. That's usually what it is. Now that, Wang Kong is here, she's got the antics. She's got that personality. The Joker makeup, that type of out there personality, some kind of history tied to one of the great women in WMMA, Valentina, a fighter that people love to hate, even though there's really nothing to hate about Valentina. Like, people want to see a savior, they want to see somebody come in to beat the fighter that they hate sometimes, So I think that's what it is with Wang Kong. She's that potential star that everybody can root for. Like me, I like when there's a star. I like when there are fighters you can, kind of look at and just study and tune into. But I like when a division is thriving. I like when a whole sport is thriving. Like, even when Ronda was the star, I wanted to see other fighters too. So many people like when there's just this one star that they can always just kind of root for and say, oh, they're the best, and they can always tune into that type of fighter. EZ said she was touching Valentina up and had her holding all the fight, but we have to remember that was years ago in another sport. Val was never really all about. It was never really all that in kickboxing anyway. Yeah, Muay Thai was more her thing, like just kickboxing. No, Muay Thai, that's been her background, and that just shows you her style kind of translated nicely to MMA. The clinching and the holding and the grappling type of style, because she does that now too. And even mixed martial arts. Like, if she knows that she's better or stronger on the inside, why waste time, right? So, yeah, I mean, I have to kind of go back and look at the fight like that. I just saw some of the pictures here of the the fact that she did get a victory over Valentina. But yeah, again, that was a long time ago, right? Oh, I appreciate that, Lolita, with the 20 spot. Always appreciate that. Always, always. But yeah, I always think that as a whole, in boxing, football, NBA, and whatever, especially now with like the WNBA, everybody's looking for a star there. And as soon as Caitlin Clark came around, I still don't even know much about Caitlin Clark. I just keep seeing her pop up in my feed. Like I don't even follow WNBA like that, but it's the same thing over there. Caitlin Clark comes around, she gets signed, and now everybody's saying she's the greatest and this and that. Like maybe she is, maybe she is. I can't tell you a thing about her except I see her. That's it. All I can tell you is I just seen her and that's it. But I don't know much about her. But same thing here. Newcomer comes in, scores a big knockout, and people don't get that many knockouts. So that they're looking for somebody to kind of push like that. People want a personality too. People always want that personality because even when other fighters are here now, some people don't like Manon Fior because they don't think she has a personality. She's coming to fight. She's dedicated, right? That's good enough. She's winning, right? You would think that's good enough, but no. People want more antics sometimes, and I think with Wang Kong in the game, that's definitely not a bad thing. But before we can call her like a star or even like some type of boogie woman, which she isn't yet to Valentina, or she's never been, she's still got to put the work in. And, listening to her interview, I think she's still being honest. Wang is being honest. Like she said her striking is better, which it very much well could be. But she didn't step out of bounds and say, "Oh, I can be a better MMA fighter." She still gave Valentina the respect and said, Valentina's got more MMA experience. She knows that Valentina's put in the work because, yeah, after kickboxing and everything else, Muay Thai, Valentina strictly went to MMA, and ever since then, she's never turned back. So I respect that. But as far as like striking, she could very much well match her there. She very much well could match Valentina or some of these other ones, because if you look at her mechanics and even how she set up her punches, they're nice, and that's one of the things I always say, like some fighters can come in unranked and have better mechanics and punching mechanics than some of your top level fighters, and that's why I look at them sometimes and say, oh, you got to watch out for this person. But this being MMA, you still have to have a well-rounded game, right? You might throw nice punches, but you still have to have great takedown defense and great timing and good balance and, good scramble game. But looking at Wang Kong right now, yeah, I can say that the way she set up her right hand behind the jab is better than some of the other ranked fighters, because sometimes these fighters don't be using their jab. When I be sitting here, sometimes y'all hear me all the time saying, where's your jab at? Where's your jab? Mackenzie Dern, where's your jab? Bruno Brazil, where's your jab? You know what I mean? Like, you ain't landing that right hand because you ain't setting it up with no jab. Like Wang Kong come in, throw the jab out, boom, and ends it. So that could be her MO from here now. She could be the type that knows how to jab well and set it up. So yeah, just little things like that I think could carry over well for her, but there's still a lot of work that has to be put in. Still a lot of work that we need to see from her. Donovan, what's up? He said the UFC might entertain another Izzy Poetin situation to get more people interested in flyweight. They could, but I don't think. I'm glad you bring that up though, because I was just about to mention the next thing in that interview too. But they could do that, but I don't think it's a good idea, because I even heard the interview where she asked, like, at what point would she like to fight Valentina, and that's where I just got the title from. Like what kind of question is that? Like, why would you even ask, like, at what point would she want to fight Valentina? Number one, Valentina ain't even the champion, so why is that something to really shoot for? And again, number two, Valentina's got her own fish to fry right now. Same with Wang Kong. You're just trying to get into the door right now. Like, how do you jump from knocking Victoria Leonardo out, who's lost to Manon, Melissa Gatto, And Natalia Silva, she's already lost to those fighters, right? How do you jump from beating somebody like that to saying, okay, your next question is, at what point do you want to fight Valentina? Like, after answering the question that Valentina already has a lot more experience, right? So with where she stands, like, that's not even in the cards right now to me. Like, that's not even in the cards unless she's active next year and knocks out like 3 ranked opponents, or 2 or 3 ranked opponents, and y'all force it. Or Valentina would have to fall down the ladder. Valentina would be the one that have to fall down the ladder for that even happen, like for them to meet halfway. Like, because where Valentina is right now, if she was to even lose to Grasso this next weekend, she'd still be fighting some of the elite fighters. That's how it's been in boxing. Whenever you got boxers like Roy, Roy lost to Tarver, he still fight another champion. But if he lost to that champion, he might still fight another B level fighter. But when you start losing, then we got to talk. Maybe you need to fight down. But even then, by that point, Valentina would be out the door. We'd be out the door from there. Valentina wouldn't hang around for her to try to catch up and, get a name off of her. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I say, like, at what point she would want to fight Valentina, like, that's not even a question for right now. Valentina might retire after this fight, win or lose, And again, by the time Wang gets there, Wang might even take an L. She might even take an L or two, So those are the things you got to kind of look at. Like, for me, I wouldn't ask it. I'm just saying, not to the interviewer, but I'm just saying I wouldn't ask it because I don't see that there. Like, if you want to just talk about the history of the last fight, like, oh, how did that last fight go between you and Valentina? Like, how did you feel you did in that fight? Or if you just said, is that something you'd want to revisit, but not at what point do you think you'll fight her? Something just like that. So, just stuff like that, I think it kind of puts, like, an unrealistic push. It puts that unrealistic push, and it almost, hopefully it doesn't give the fighter a false confidence. Like, Wang is better than she is, and I don't think she is that type of fighter, though. I don't think Wang will be that type of fighter that'll fall into her own hype, the hype that people put in and start saying, oh yeah, like, she could fight Valentina in 2 more fights, and she hears that and says, oh yeah, maybe I can. No, like, she's probably the type that's still going to dissect her own self and take a look at what she's doing and watch her tapes, and I'm sure she got a team around her to do that. But I know whenever the interview is asked that, then fans, they're the ones that's going to kind of build that hype. That's what I'm just here to say, look, these two aren't really on the same path right now. Over a decade, their fight's almost going over on a decade now. This old fight here don't even matter no more, right? Easy said Cong not even ranked, right? They're desperate to get Val beat. Yeah, Cong ain't even ranked yet, man. Cong is not ranked yet, and they want to get Valentina out the door, man. Colossus said, Val win next week. How many more title fights do you think she's got left in her? More. If she beats Valentina, I would say 2 tops. I would say 2. And the way Manona's looking right now, I think Manona's gonna be ready, and Val could. I don't see Val going on a dominant win streak. Like, just being honest, I don't see her going on a dominant win streak right now with these fighters here, because everybody just sees too much. They see too much in her now. Like, it's hard to explain sometimes to, like, casual fans, like, when you're breaking something down, like, when people see Valentina, they say, oh yeah, like, yeah, she can regroup, she can come back. Like, I think she could win this fight. Yeah, me honest, I think she could win this fight with Grasso. But sometimes when your aura's been broken, it's almost like other fighters see it. They can see it and they can smell it, and everything you used to do to previous opponents, you can't do to these new opponents. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like, once that aura is broken, nobody is going to show you that same respect. No matter how many title defenses you have or had, fighters start trying to walk on you, walk over you. The only one I can say we didn't really see that with, of course, is like Chris Cyborg. We didn't really see that with Chris Cyborg. After Chris Cyborg lost to Amanda Nunes in the fashion that she did, she's kind of like the only one that kind of regrouped and still had a lot more to offer in new ways. That's why she's fighting a little bit more patient and added so much more to her game. And that was after being a long time champion too. She suffered a devastating loss. I mean, first round knockout to Amanda and still came back. And it could be the competition too. Some people say that too, but I think still Chris Cyborg said, no, like, y'all ain't Amanda. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't Amanda. But hey, I don't want to speak too soon. I don't want to speak too soon, close to him, because Valentina is just fighting Grasso again. She hasn't fought Manon or any other ones yet. So we'll see. We'll see how badly her aura has been damaged when she goes into the next one. We'll see. Marcus Bell, what's up, man? Paul said, hey, what's your girl Manon gonna do if Val wins and we have to go to a fourth fight next year? Manon will be on the shelf for over a year. Oh, that ain't gonna happen. If they already said that it's gonna stop at the third. Like, I don't know if you've seen the interview, but it was either Grasso or Valentina. I can't remember, but they said, oh, we're not doing a fourth fight. Either it was it Dana? I think it was Dana that was like, no, we're gonna move on after this one. I remember Grasso. No, it was Grasso. Grasso said it. Grasso was like, they'll probably move on. Like, they're not going to do a fourth fight. Because, they spent too long on this, and that's going to be unreal. And the fans ain't going to have that. I know, first of all, Manon's not going to have that. Her team's not going to have that. And then Dana, he's not going to have that. That would be insane. Like, what are all these other girls fighting for? Every girl's going to come in like 10 wins apiece before they fight her again, So I don't think a fourth fight is going to happen. Now, if they want to keep this division alive and keep people watching, they're going to have to move on. Do a fourth fight in 3 years, but not now. Zach Mojo, what's up? He said, what do you think about Ebos Dern too? I think a few things may have changed. That, could go in Dern's favor. It all depends on how Ebos is going to handle 115 this time around with Dern. I know she's been fighting 125 a little bit more, but I still think Ebos has more than enough tools to win the fight. Like, whatever Dern brings might be a little shakier. Whatever Dern brings, I think Ebos could figure out, but there could be some shaky moments. I think Dern might be able to stand the ground a little bit with her striking. But I still think Ebos can neutralize her on the ground. I don't think Ebos is in any trouble of getting submitted unless she gets like badly buzzed and knocked down, something like that. Easy said, I would say fast track her, see if she's a real deal. I would be honest. When you got that much clout, you have to let them sink or swim. No choice, really get a piece what they want. But yet, I personally wouldn't, no matter how much trash talk they do, because I just don't think it would work. I still think you have to move the fighter the right way. Like, if they got to fight 3 fights in 1 year, if they got to be that active, then yeah. But I think if you fast track them, that's too much of a gamble, because then you put them in there. But if I would say it's easy, if you're going to fast track them, you got to put them in there the right people. And that's what's going to kind of suck, is you have to play matchmaker. You're going to have to play matchmaker. Which style does she match up against? Which style is going to make her less boring? Which style is where her which style is going to give her higher knockout chances? And I think that's why she kind of called out the Casey O'Neill fight, because she probably feels like the Casey O'Neill fight is a fight that her knockout chances could be higher versus a Kareem Silva. Ariane Lipsky can bang. That's a name, I didn't hear called out. Who else is ranked up there? But Tracy Miranda, they're scheduled to fight. But yeah, names like that, I didn't hear but Chikagan's kind of out the loop right now. If Val wins, will that Macy get that rematch with Grasso? Where is Macy, huh? Hey, hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, let's just look at it, be real. Valentina right now. See, y'all asking some good questions too. Y'all's questions are about Valentina fighting possibility of her fighting Manon, right? Her fight Manon. Is she gonna be able to defend her title more than once? Like, is she gonna keep going? The real fighters, right? Those are the fights that are more of interest. Even a fourth fight with Grasso could come up before her fighting Wang Kong. So where Valentina stands right now, she's got her own legacy to worry about. This is big right here. The 14th is big. Like, can she regain her belt? Y'all saw Izzy couldn't get his back against DDP, and that would have been major. Right there in that fourth round, y'all. I don't know about you, Easy or Colostrum, y'all. Like, it was that third round when Izzy, he started just slicing DDP up with them shots, and DDP was looking all, I don't know, he was just looking janky, man, up in there, throwing him Frankenstein punches, and I was like, oh, this dude about to get knocked out at some point. But I was still like, is Izzy gonna pull this off? Because if Izzy pulls this off, this is gonna be major. But some part of me was like, I don't know if he'll be able to do it. For some reason, there's like a curse, man. Like, it's hard for these fighters to become that two-time champion. It's hard for them to get it back like that. These dominant champs, these fighters that went on like long title defense reigns, it's hard for them to get it back. Lo and behold, Izzy gets he starts, I don't know, just fading, losing focus in the fourth round. And it's like, oh man, like here he goes. And boom, there it is. This weird style. And he's down, and next thing you know, he's tapping. I'm like, what just happened? Stuff like that, man. So that's where Val's mind is right now. Valentina, her mind is trying to stay focused on this, right? She's got this to worry about right now. So, all the videos you see on Wang Kong being this kryptonite for Valentina and all of that, like, I'm sure she ain't even paying attention to that right now. Even a hardcore, I'm sure. Oh, there's James. What's up, James? Somebody like James, he's not even entertaining a Wang Kong Valentina fight. You know what I mean? Like, the hardcore Valentina fans, they ain't even looking at it like that. They know Valentina's legacy is, okay, if she wins this fight, is she gonna fight Manon next, or is she gonna move up to 135? Maybe even that's a possibility. But uh, her 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 opportunities are just on a different level right now. Wang Kong is brand new. Wang Kong is a brand new fighter right now. But like Easy said, you could fast track her. It could be a gamble. I definitely wouldn't, because I've seen it in boxing. In boxing, of course, is a one discipline sport where if you see guys who are overrated get pushed fast, what's his name recently? Joe Joyce. Well, he didn't really get pushed fast, but they get knocked out. Daniel Dubois got that orbital bone busted, and that's boxing. But MMA, man, even my girl Teresa Blady, when she came in undefeated, she fought Natalia Silva's first fight. Boom, knockout already. That's a lot to come back from. So I say for me, for Wang Kong, I wouldn't, me personally, like I said, I wouldn't push her as fast because there's too much risk right now. Number one is too risky because this ain't 2018 flyweight or 2019 flyweight or 2020 flyweight. This is 2024, and the girls are too well rounded. Like, so easily I can just picture Wang Kong being put on her back by even a Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva has sneaky takedowns. Like, I could see Wang Kong on her back right now, just sweating. Karine Silva putting on her back and her struggling. You know what I mean? And I can picture the arm triangle coming, the triangle choke coming in. So just little things like that. Like, this ain't the same division where you can just put this girl in front of like a body and she just knock them out. Put her in front of a stiff number 7 and she's gonna knock them out and that be it. It just don't work like that. So, Wang Kong's path is the same as every other girl. I think it's the same as Natalia's. It has to be the same as Manon and Tyler, because with every fighter they fight, they have to show a different dimension. They got to show a different dimension to me, right? Because most of y'all are going to be very upset when she doesn't score a knockout. A lot of y'all are going to be upset. You see, Manon, when she started, she destroyed Victoria Leonardo. Of course, she overpowered Tabitha Ricci, right? But when the knockouts and finishes don't come, some people kind of change their minds. I mean, I still rock with, but some people that were hyping up certain fighters in the beginning, when they start pulling in decisions, people start feeling a different way. And that's my question. Like, I'm gonna ask this question: like, what do y'all think? Like, when the knockouts stop coming for Wang Kong, let's say if they do push Wang Kong to some ranked fights, like, if the knockouts stop coming, do you think people are still gonna support her as much? Are people still gonna support her as much when the knockouts stop coming? Like, she knocked out Victoria Leonardo. What if she goes to a decision against Casey O'Neill? What are people going to say then? I ain't gonna say some of y'all in this comment section because most of y'all are reasonable like that. I'm talking about the casual fans. Like, the casual fans, what do you think? Do you think the casual fans are gonna have that, or do you think they're gonna start calling her overrated? If she goes to a decision with Casey O'Neill, I'm talking about a hard-earned decision. Casey O'Neill gives her work, and Wang Kong raised her hand in victory in a 29-28 decision. Are people still going to rock with her? Are they still going to be like, oh, she can beat Valentina? Or are they going to still like her? Is that the question? Those are the questions. Easy said, I would fast track her simply because of the high level skill in her age. You wouldn't want her to age out before she could potentially cash in. Nothing to lose, to be honest. Zach said, do you think Blanchfield could beat? Do you think she beats Rose? I don't know if she beats Rose. I have to kind of look on it now because Rose is kind of looking scary to me at 125. Her consistency is a bit of it's a problem right now. Rose is consistent right now. This is the most she's ever fought, Zach. Like, she's fought like 3 times. It's career high. This is a career high. She's fought 3 times in 1 year. That's a career high for Rose, and her work ethic's been kind of different now. So I think Blanchfield could win. She could find a way to win, but it ain't gonna be easy. Don't be surprised if my end pick ain't my girl Aaron in that one, though, man. Don't be surprised if my pick might lean more towards Rose there. Close one said, good point, because I low-key feel bad for Aaron. She got pushed too soon. Now she's stuck in the shark tank in the end of the water. Right. Yeah, man. Like, that's what I'm scared of, too. That's what I'm scared of. Like, with Wang Kong, it might be the opposite. She's a striker, but she could be stuck in there with grapplers. She could be stuck in there getting drowned, right? You see Aaron, she's getting outstruck. Now she got to fight Rose. She could get outstruck again. You put Wang Kong in there too soon, she might be drowning. She might be up in there getting submitted. So when she fall in that middle, you know, knockouts ain't gonna come as easy. So I'll say this. Look, Wang Kong's path is. I understand what you're saying, Easy. Don't let her age out. But you know, she's about the same age. Manon was early 30s when she came in. You know, like 32, I believe, right? What is Wang Kong right now? Wang Kong is 32. They're the same age as Manon, so she could move the same pace. She looked like she confident and strong. She looking at her face and everything, like she don't look old, of course. But yeah, she's about the same age that Manon Fiore was when she came in, so she could go at the same pace. Like she can move a little. I'll say her mindset will probably be as high as Manon was, like versus like the younger girls like Casey and Aaron, and that's a good thing. But as far as her having to be rushed into a ranked fight, no, like she could fight another unranked fight in December. Go ahead and schedule her now. Schedule another unranked fight in February. Maybe by 2025 she can fight an unranked fight. I mean a ranked opponent. Yeah, give her some ranked opponents next year, but this year she still has enough time to fight another unranked fight. Yeah, 32. That's about right. Maybe about 3 fights, and then boom, she can get in. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah. Lolita said Wang Kong versus Rose. I got to go with Rose right now. I mean, yeah, if you're talking right now, yeah, Rose definitely. Rose, Rose take her down. Rose out wrestle her. Rose might out time her. Rose has a pretty good chin. I'll say that too. Like when have we ever seen like Rose get stumbled in fights? I know Manon moved her with some shots, and that's pretty much off size and strength. Manon has a little bit of pop there, but Andrade, the rematch, like that was like the one time I've seen her kind of buckle, but Rose's chin is not bad. Like so with Rose getting up to 125, I'm sure maybe she could even take that shot a little bit more, but might not even have to take the shot. She might take away Wang Kong's power with movement. So yeah, Rose just too well rounded for that right now. So I got to go off of what we already seen, and what's possessed by these fighters. Rose will win that fight. Still don't even know. Like I said, does Wang Kong have the ability to handle some of these grapplers? Like how's her takedown defense? How's her inside clinch? How's it get up? How's it get up off of this, right? Off of this level. Easy says she fights an unranked opponent. It should be a grappler that could actually take her down to test her takedown defense and get up ability again. Right. Yeah. Well, let's look at some names. I'll throw some names out. Deani Barbosa, Melissa Gatto, Montana De La Rosa. Who are some other ones that came in? Ivana Petrovic. Who are some other grapplers? No, Gabriela Fernandez. She's not a grappler. Teresa Blade is a grappler, but I don't know if she can get in on the inside and really test her like that. Yeah, we still got to see her what she's up against. JP Stoyarenko. Stoyarenko's the name. A named experienced fighter. So put Stoyarenko up in there. Maybe she hurt Stoyarenko. Go ahead. Easy said no. Hey, yeah, Stoyarenko. Yeah, put Stoyarenko in there. And people want them knockouts. Give her another highlight reel. Go ahead and give her that highlight reel. But then, shoot, JJ Aldridge. Like I said, JJ Aldridge might be able to take her down. Lolita said Cong has one KO power, one punch KO power. Yeah, off of that's one thing I don't. Again, I'm not trying to sell her short, but this was Victoria Leonardo. You know what I mean? We know she can knock somebody out with one hand. But again, it's this level of opponent. Like, you got to give me at least one more. Give me one more, and then I'll call you as a one hitter quitter type of person. You know what I mean? Like, we got to make sure it's not a fluke. Got to make sure it's not a fluke. You know what I mean? Like, we got to see it happen at least once or twice. Like, when I think like one hitter quitter, like, who else is a one hitter quitter? Chris Cyborg, Amanda Nunes. After you see them hit a couple girls, like Misha Tate said she hit like a truck. She can set it up. Yeah, she can definitely set it up. I will say that. She knows how to set it up. She can set it up. Story Rankle look clumsy. Yeah, Story Rankle's not really good on the feet like that, man. She's really not. Maybe that is a bad idea. Yeah, Montana will do. Yeah, Montana's probably the one I've been targeting mostly. And again, like, nothing against Montana. I just think that Montana's big enough to push her and maybe take her down and give her some of that work she needs. James said, are Muay Thai gloves the same size as MMA gloves? I think Muay Thai gloves are a little bit smaller, right? Muay Thai, every time I've been seeing Muay Thai gloves, they look a little bit smaller compared to these MMA gloves now. They're a little bit bigger, right? Muay Thai gloves are more like kind of like thinner boxing gloves, right? Because if you look at go look at some of them, go look at some of those Muay Thai fights. They use like regular gloves. Like, if you look at like some Thailand footage, they use like boxing gloves, like covered boxing gloves, but they're a little bit smaller. But even then, if you look at some of the bigger events, they almost use like boxing gloves, like just regular boxing gloves. MMA gloves and Muay Thai gloves are different. Easy said Cong versus Jasmine. How about that fight? Oh, that'd be a good fight, man. That might be the one where Jasmine might get stopped. Like, Jasmine walk into too many shots. Let's be real. Like, that one might be the one where she might get slept in that fight. She would get slept in that fight because some people thought Priscilla Cachoeira. I'll be real on that one because I picked Jasmine to beat Priscilla Cachoeira. I didn't really think she was going to knock her out. Even though Priscilla Cachoeira got that power to do it, the thing is, Priscilla can't set it up like that. Priscilla just too sloppy with it. Zombie Girl too sloppy. So I was like, she ain't going to win that. But Cong could set it up on her. This girl been hit by, Tracy Cortez, who was just learning her boxing. So she might get put down on her butt in that one. She might get sit down or, maybe flash knockdown, but she can't take too many shots from Jasmine like that. Yeah, Easy said Muay Thai gloves are harder than boxing too. A real Muay Thai glove feels like a rock. Yeah. If you go look at some of the footage, like, because I see two different types. Like, I see the ones on like some big level organizations. Like, with some women, they give them the small, like the softer ones. Like, when I used to look at some of JoJo's old Muay Thai fights, their gloves look like regular gloves. But when you go in like Thailand, they're kind of tighter at the wrist too, and less padding. They kind of like you ever see Triple G's gloves? I think they were saying something about his gloves before, like they take some of the padding out. Them knuckles come down almost all the way through the glove. Yeah, like those Thailand gloves, James, those are like the harder ones. Those are hard ones. Lolita said Kong is smart. Yeah. That's why I would say that's a fight where styles would just kind of clash there, and I think that would be one where Kong knows how to set her right hand up behind the jab. Paul said, think of Denise Gomes. She was knocking girls out, but then you give her a vet like Angela Hill, and she doesn't pass that test. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm worried about too. Like if you put her in there with somebody ranked right away, you might get that type of result. And if you get that type of result, then that whole that whole time, that whole waste of energy just that whole energy just goes down the drain. It's a waste of time, man. Everybody was, on the train. That's why I say just take the time to fight some unranked fighters. Just give her a couple of unranked fighters and let the hype build up a little bit more. Build a resume, build a hype up, build a stock. Because you might throw in there with somebody like that, somebody that could be like an Angela Hill to her. So instead of saying like that video said, Valentina's kryptonite, let's find out what Wang's kryptonite is, right? Let's steadily find out what her kryptonite is before we just try to match her up with, a long time reigning champion that has a trilogy to seal coming up this September 14th. All right. Zaman said they will duck Wang Kong like crazy. I don't know. I don't know who's going to duck her yet based off of, there could be some fighters based off of one fight, but we're talking about one hitter quitters. Lamos is a one hitter quitter, but it's got to be the right opponent that'll stand in front of her. Easy said, I'm not surprised Ricci beat Hill. I'm surprised at the pace she fought at, though. Yeah, I'm not surprised she beat her. That pace, that was a pretty good pacing, though. Very youthful. She said, I'm younger. And she said, let's get this work in. She said, let's bag at least 2 rounds and I'm good to go. That was smart on her. Yeah, you can't really duck an unranked fighter. Like, if she gets ranked and she's still doing what she's doing, yes, but nobody's ducking her right now. Like, there's probably people out there right now looking like, oh yeah, I can shut this hype up. Closum said, I'm gonna give Fatima Klein another chance to prove herself. She's at strawweight, so let's see how she performs. Oh yeah, most definitely. Like, I ain't taking nothing away from Klein yet. Like, Klein just wanted to come in the door at 125. Yeah, so she still got my attention at 120, 115. Ricci versus Klein. I think. I'm trying to play that out in my mind because I'm trying to see how Klein would react to someone that small and moving. I would still favor Klein. I think she's a little stronger. She might be slower. That's the problem there. That's the problem. Like, Fatima Klein, I think, is stronger. I think her jiu-jitsu could match hers. They're both really good on the ground. That's the thing. Like, that's a good one, though. That's a good one because, I still feel like Ricci hasn't fought even somebody that high level yet. I still don't think Ricci's fought somebody that high level yet. Well, Angela Hill was kind of like her highest level, but I don't really think she's fought somebody that dangerous. Jillian Robertson, as far as jiu-jitsu. Speed might be a problem. Like, Klein, I think, is slower, but if she can use her timing and she can close that distance, I would go with Klein. I would go with Klein, yeah. I would go with Klein in that fight. If Ricci was a little bit longer, I would go with Ricci. Like, if she had maybe like 2 inches, in height and maybe a little bit more reach, I would go with Tabitha Ricci. Yeah, Knutson, Pierre Rodriguez, that's going to be a good fight. That's a good fight. I got Knutson in that fight. I think she's going to be a little bit too strong for her, and I think her stand-up is a little bit better. Yeah, James said if she would bullet or stopped her in Muay Thai, then I get the hype. Right, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier, James, before you got here. Like, it's not like because some people in this video that was put out, they were saying Valentina is like Izzy. They're saying like Cong is her Alex. But I'm like no, she's not, because Valentina didn't get knocked unconscious in that fight. It was a close decision, or however you want to look at it. It was a decision. Valentina didn't get knocked out cold. Like, Valentina wasn't out, laid out on oxygen, and that was over, like I said, over 8 years ago, almost 9 now. So that comparison is just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just two fighters that met once in history, and it's moved on. And again, Valentina's gotten so much experience, and was a, what people always look. They always look back in the past, and they try to reach back and say, "Oh man, this person beat so and so before. They beat this person before. They could probably do it again." And same thing with Amanda. Amanda lost to Kat Zingano before. People always kind of remember that, which hey, everybody grows from those losses. Had Amanda not grown from that loss, you could say more about her, but she's grown from that. She's changed since that fighter. They always gonna go back and look. Closefrom said, "You better get some rest next Saturday, because all the Val and Grasso fans are gonna storm your chat for the trilogy." Oh, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be ready for them. Yep. I don't know if I'll be on this Saturday. Sadly, I don't know if I'll be on this Saturday though, man. I don't know if I'll be on for Andrade and Silva, man. So I'm about to go to the movies this Saturday, man. So I already got some tickets to the movies this Saturday. So man, I really want to see Andrade and Silva with y'all. Maybe I'll jump on later and do the replay. But yeah, I won't be on this Saturday. That's just a heads up. And yeah, I am going to do a video tomorrow. I'm going to do 2 videos tomorrow. I'm going to do I'm going to put the first one out. I'm going to do my top 5 favorite Valentina fights, and then I'll do my top 5 favorite Alexa Grasso fights. Oh yeah, Sumiko Inaba and Mac Judo this Saturday. Yeah. I follow Mac Judo and talk to her every now and then, so that's going to be a good fight. She's taking it late replacement, so good on her. Get some work in. I don't like that fight. Eduardo Mora and not Victoria, but Veronica Hardy. I don't know. I don't like that fight. I don't know. I don't like that fight. I was hoping that Eduardo Mora could somehow make 115. I just kind of had my mind set on her as a strawweight now, but no, not just that, but Victoria Leonardo needs to be fighting a ranked opponent. Did I say Victoria Leonardo? Veronica Hardy. Yeah, Veronica Hardy needs to be fighting a ranked opponent right now. Yeah, kickboxing, MMA, no comparison. It's just 2 different worlds, That's why I say if Wang Kong feels like her striking is better, okay, that's all right. If she says her kickboxing is better, that's cool. But hey, how's your MMA game? How's your well-rounded game? Like, Valentina's not going to be in here trying to kickbox with you. Valentina might clinch up with you, use some Muay Thai tactics. She will take you down. She can put you on your back, get in that half guard, and ride it out on you or maul you out. The Forge. I think I heard of that movie. I think somebody recommended that to me. Yeah. The Forge. Yeah, I kind of want to see that. Somebody recommended that to me. I might check that one out. I might check that out. There's The Forge, and there's another movie I wanted to see. There's another movie about like this husband and wife, they had they were taking care of these kids like as an orphanage. It's almost like an independent orphanage. They were taking care of kids, that weren't uh had they weren't really, were they like, no, they didn't have like a, I think it was really because they were like teenagers. Nobody really likes to adopt teenagers and kids that aren't at that age anymore, like the age where they can really really raise them. But when they're already like maybe 12, 13. Can't remember what that movie was. I have to go back and look at that one. Easy said Valentina gonna get Cong in that crucifix and elbow her forehead. Yeah. Hey, that can happen. Exactly. Like if you go back and look at some of these Valentina fights, man, she wasn't always standing with a lot of these girls. Like, what would she do? Y'all trying to rock with her, take you down, man, put you in that crucifix. She did that to quite a few girls, man. I was like, dang. Yeah, I was just watching some of Valentina's old fights, over the weekend. And, some people kind of forget the work she used to put in. She used to do that work on these girls, man. All right. Sound of Hope. Yeah, close from. Yeah. Sound of Hope. Yeah, that's the movie. Yeah, Sound of Hope. And there's another one, man. I want to see another movie. Somebody just mentioned this the other day. Firing Squad. Yeah. Forest Firing Squad and this Sound of Hope I want to see. Blood Throne said Wang Kong starches Grasso. Oh boy, man, we ain't even ready for that, man. Come on now. And that that's another thing, man. Like we all know that ain't gonna happen right now either. Like we still got to worry about what Andrade could do. Andrade, um, Natalia Silva. Like let's be real. Like Andrade versus Wayne Kong could be a problem because Andrade is always that wild card. I'm not just I'm not trying to say this to be funny, but hey, Andrade could be an issue. What if Andrade did her like Lemos? I thought Lemos might be able to land a big shot, have time to set something up, but what happened? Andrade got her hands on her, so you never know, right? Like Jessica Andrade, she could do the same thing. So there's just a lot of things that need to be answered. We just still need to see different things in the fight with her. We need to see her get that full control on her opponent with her striking. See what kind of takedown defense. We just need to see the takedown defense and everything. Like, just different things like that. That's all I want to see. Close from said, I hope Natalia don't get caught backing up in that small Apex cage. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot, man. They in the Apex, right? Shoot, they're gonna be on the phone booth. That's the thing, man. In small rings and small cages, favor punchers, man. So Silva better be ready for the less real estate. I hope she don't be having her hands down in this fight. Let me just say that. Like James said, Natalia will take care of Andrade. Yeah, she can do it now. She can do it. Just don't want to see her getting caught. He said Kong might not even get past the Silva girls. Yeah. Take your pick. It could be either one of them. I mean, you got Kareem fighting Arujo. Shoot, Arujo could be a problem. I'm just saying, man. Like, let's be realistic. Like, I've seen her fight one time and win, but before we talk about top 5 or top 10 or top 15, look, Vivian Arujo might feel like, hey, you know what? If Wang Kong is throwing power like this, I better take her down. When Arujo got rocked by Andrea Lee, boy, she started wrestling, man. Y'all remember that fight? And that's all I'm saying, man. Because same deal. When I seen Kareem Silva, I seen something in him. Like I see some character, and some killer instinct in Wang Kong. But let's see a couple more fights. Let's see like one or two fights. Let's see what type of performance she can put on and kind of go from there. Yeah, Arujo, they are kind of just putting her in there with people now, man. Like her last couple of fights got canceled, so maybe that's why she ain't really in a rush to get back in there. Natalia's gonna do Andrade like Floyd did at Ricky Hatton. Remember that check hook? Oh man, that check hook and them right hands, man. Ricky Hatton was just walking into stuff, man. Like Ricky Hatton act like he didn't know what he was doing, man. He forgot that he forgot that your opponent throws punches as well. Ricky Hatton was like, "Oh yeah, the guy in front of me throws punches. Are you sure? Let me try this. Oh, I get hit. Oh, okay." Bipolar said they're trying to get Arujo out. Probably at this point because they're trying to make room. Making room. Wang Kong, making room. Dakota's coming. Got a lot of girls coming in. Andrade's going to go full blitz mode. Can Natalia sniper in that intense pace? That's a good question. That's going to be the question, man. Like, see, like it depends on what Natalia's game is going to be. Like, is she going to be sniping for kicks? And that might be the problem. Or is she going to be sniping for a right hand? Like, is she going to be sniping to set up a right hand? Or is she going to be sniping looking for a big kick? In my opinion, she need to be sniping with for a right hand or a left hook, preferably a right hand, meaning keep that jab in Andrade's face. Because if she's gonna be trying to snipe for the head kick, Andrade might be coming in fast now. She might catch that kick and hit and tie with a right hand. They can end it quick with punches. They can end the fight quicker with punches. That's when that's what Yan Zhanan did. Yan just kept circling out, created that space. She let Andrade run into that punch. Because she's always in that hook range. Andrade is always in that hook range, and she's always in your power range. So she moves fast too. Andrade is pretty quick. Andrade, she can get inside quick. So trying to set up some range for a head kick, Andrade will get right into she'll be right in on the inside by your thigh, taking you down. Paul said, hasn't Andrade been more patient and calculating lately, though, in that last like 3 fights? Let me see. Who were her last 3 fights? Was it Marina, right? She fought Marina, McKenzie, and who else? The Tatiana fight, she tried to be patient, but that didn't work. Lauren Murphy, that fight last year, yeah, she was a little bit more patient throwing combinations. That was at 125. I thought she did fairly well in that fight. The Mackenzie Dern fight, I guess that style kind of played more into her style. The Marina fight was close. That was a split decision. There was some patience. There was some patience, but Marina was hitting her a lot. Marina, I thought was about to knock her out at one point in that fight, but she took Marina's right hand because she just kept walking through him. But I think the most patient I've seen her was in that Lauren Murphy fight as of recently, because she went right back to getting knocked out, like in the Jan fight and the Tatiana fight. But yeah, when she fought Lauren, she was throwing some nice combinations and some hard leg kicks in that fight. James said 30-27. Andrade gets around at best. Easy said Natalia should use her leg kicks. Andrade is a sitting duck if you take her legs away. Shoot, Andrade might be trying to use her leg kicks in that fight, man. Like Andrade's got some powerful leg kicks. But the thing is, Andrade kind of loads up on him and she'll spin. Shoot, I want to know why they haven't really, with Mackenzie Dern, like they haven't really, have they been sparring together? Because some of that striking IQ should rub off on Mackenzie Dern. I know they are friends, right? All right, let me see what else is coming up. Yeah, thing is, Andrade is pretty strong at 125, so we can't really count her out though. James said Manon will get in the cage after the trilogy. I hope she does, man. They're gonna be there. You're supposed to be at the fight. She's making weight. Paul said I bet on Marina against Andrade. I think I did too. I didn't bet on, but I picked Marina, and some people thought Marina won the fight. It was a split decision. So, yeah, and she lost because Andrade caught her kicks right. That's what I'm saying. Like Natalia need to really, I think, focus on throwing combinations, boxing combinations, and don't throw too many of them taekwondo kicks and stuff that can leave her wide open to get taken down. Easy said Grasso feeling herself a little too much. Yeah, G Frame, they're friends, but I've never seen them like training together. Maybe that's just their relationship, man. Maybe it's just like they're cool. Maybe they don't want to like compete or spar. I don't know. You don't have to fight. You don't have to actually fight. Like, y'all could give each other some pointers. If that was my friend, I'd be like, yo, hey, Mackenzie, stop running into punches. At least that. Paul said, do you remember that first round of Natalia versus Vivi? The first round, I don't remember the first round. What happened in the first round? I remember that first round that Andrea Lee Viviana Rule. That was a good fight. Remember Andrea Lee caught her with that head kick. Yeah, Grasso, man, she been putting in the work. Grasso's been putting Valentina as too, man. Vivi held her against the cage for 4 minutes, kind of concerning. But then Natalia unloaded when she got free in the last 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that fight tonight. See, same deal with Natalia Silva. Like Natalia is still finding ways to win, but the knockouts, they don't really come like that as you get higher up. Like, you start using other things. Because who all did an Italian knockout? Just Victoria Leonardo, and that was it, right? Oh yeah, Teresa Blade. She finished 2 people. Yeah, so Natalia Silva hadn't been a knockout artist either. Like, she had 2 good highlight wins, but other than that, she's just been using her skills. She uses her skills to win fights. Because let's see, Manon, she finished Ricci, Leonardo, and went the decision against the rest of her opponents. Same deal, Aaron, Jacquet, and Myra Buena Silva. Those girls, they're not really easy girls to stop. Because as you get higher, they're not going to be easy to stop. That's why I said with Wang Kong, like, you can fast track Wang Kong, but I don't think those knockouts are going to keep coming like that. People think that they're going to see that every fight, but they're not. We didn't see that with Amanda Lemos, right? Because that was a mistake Amanda Lemos made. Amanda Lemos kind of started feeling her power. Did she not? Y'all know, right? Amanda Lemos, she kind of started feeling her own power because now, she started going for the fences, swinging for him. Here, I thought she was going to kind of just kind of round it out, come a little bit more well-rounded, but be a little bit more calculated. But Amanda Lemos started feeling that power too. Knocked out a few people, but as the opponents got higher, hadn't been knocking people out like that. So, don't expect him like that. Oh, easy. But that's what I'm saying, easy. Like you never know. Like, how is Wang Kong gonna react the same? Is she gonna react the same way? Would she react to, like now that some of the girls are be able to, they're able to take her shots. Like, is she gonna be frustrated, or is she gonna find another gear and just win the fight? Fans better be prepared for that. Their favorite fighter's not gonna be knocking people out all the time. James said we got other fish to fry. Yeah, Kong not even worth thinking about. Exactly. Kong is far from top, at least a year away. Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely. She's not fighting. I don't think she's fighting anybody ranked until spring of 2025. Let's be real. She'll fight a ranked opponent in 2025. Might fight in December against an unranked opponent, but we'll see her in there March or April of next year, which ain't too far away now. Yeah, speaking of fish, yeah, I got some fish in the oven right now. Got it rubbed down with garlic, butter, salt, and what is it, onion powder and stuff. Yeah, I baked it. James said, I don't like fish at all. Man, shoot, you don't know what you're missing on that, man. So after I get off of here, I'm about to work on this fish and some squash. Exactly. Yeah. Easy, man. You don't like no fish? He said, never been a fish guy. Oh, man. No seafood. Okay. And that's what's crazy. Like, I like seafood, but like I kind of put fish in a different category than seafood, man. Like fish is almost like in its own category. Like I can always eat fish. Like I'm not always in the mood for other seafood. Like I could do without a lot of other seafood. As much as I like the taste of shrimp, scallops, and stuff like that, I can actually like do without it at some point. But fish has always been, my top seafood. Yeah, like seafood is different. Yeah, like seafood as far as everything else, fish is like its own thing to me. Like fish is like a necessity. Like fish is like chicken to me. Where it's like I gotta have that now, or it's gotta be in there somewhere. Shrimp is like this specialty. Like, oh, every now and then I like it. Blood Throne, he said Val winning the trilogy is the worst that can happen to the division. What do y'all think about that? Is that the worst that could happen? I don't think it's the worst that could happen. I think it would be storybook for Valentina, but it's not the worst because you still got another solid lineup of girls on the come up. Colostrum said you like tilapia. Yeah. Tilapia, flounder, tuna, salmon, what was this milkfish they used to have? Spot. If Val wins, they make a quadrilogy. Probably not. Not yet, because I believe Dana said, yeah, Dana and Grasso said they're not going to do that yet. Maybe somewhere down the line, but they're going to move on. They said after this third fight, they're moving on. Regardless, they moving on. James said, if we talking about taste, I'm a carnivore. If we talking about health and staying in shape, it's another thing. Oh, there's carnivore diets too, though. Like you can stay healthy and in shape with off of meat diets too. Red meat is healthy for you. That's where they be trying to fake people out. I was just doing research on that today, man. Like steak is good for you. It's like the processed meats that's bad for you. They kept trying to say red meat is bad for you and stuff, but no, red meat ain't bad for you. I love steak too, man. G Frame said, I love fish, but don't know how to cook fish. I stick to salmon mostly because it's easy. Yeah, salmon, yes, one of my favorites, simple. There's so many different ways to cook some other fish. Like some, you have to cook it right to get that strong scent out, stuff like that. Some of it takes time, yeah. Close, I love hush puppies. Yeah, I like hush puppies too. Like there were some hush puppies in my hometown they used to make. They were probably the best kind I ever had. Like they were really like round and soft, almost like little bags. But everywhere I go now, hush puppies are like Cheetos. They're shaped like Cheetos. Not as soft either. Matter of fact, man, I want me a ribeye. They were trying to say, a lot of stuff like red meat is bad for you, like steak. I'm like, can't be, man. Like, as long as you're getting some of that natural beef that's grass fed, and or even like just meat in general, like that's not processed. Like, how is this ribeye bad for you? And then come to find out, a lot of research said, no, man, this type of red meat, high in protein, is good for you. Man, that's what I said, man. You got to watch it with some doctors, man. They be trying to get you. That's just what I've been learning over the past. Well, I've already known this stuff, but as you get older, you talk to older people, you start seeing like how doctors are just not all doctors, but some people try to, put a price on your health. instead of trying to help cure you or get you on the right path, they try to put a little price tag on your health sometime, you know what I mean, get you a little bit sicker to buy their medicines and stuff like that. And I can't do that, man. I can't. Easy said, think about how much grass cows eat. Make it make sense, right? Yeah, I'm sticking to my steak, man. I don't care. Everything else with me checked out fine. I'm like, I'm sticking with my steak. Red meat is good. Shoot. It's like one physician said, try Blue Bay restaurant. Hush puppies good. Okay. I'm gonna type that in because I make trips for food though. Like I don't, I don't be overdoing it with food, but I do make trips for restaurants. All right, hold on. Blue Bay restaurants. Yeah, it's like one physician was saying is like people try to say hamburgers are bad, right? People try to say hamburger. All right, easy. Listen, people try to say hamburgers are bad, right? This is what one doctor said, but he was like, okay, yeah, of course, a hamburger is bad once you factor in that processed cheese, that type of bread, the fries, and the soda you have. But when you take the naked burger out, that burger ain't bad for you. That's red meat. That ground beef is not bad for you. So it depends on what you put on the burger. Like you putting vegetables on it and stuff, that burger's fine. But all that other stuff, yeah, of course, that's gonna add up. you know, Dozier, what I missed? Hey, what's up, Dozier? You missed the Wang Kong and Valentina talk, and you missed some of the talk on Andrade and Silva. But what's up? What you got to talk about, man? Any questions? Lolita said, a lifetime customer, you stop becoming a patient, becoming a customer client. Exactly. Yeah, they roll you in out the door. There's really no care too. Like that's how I feel. Like when you go, like I get an annual checkup, but sometimes I just kind of feel like a number, you know. I just do it. I want information on numbers. I just want some information on numbers, but everything else right now, God willing, I'm just trying to handle it on my own, like naturally. Like as long as ain't no problems, everything else, just trying to keep it natural, and that works. Can't do no prescriptions and stuff like that, man. Trying not to, man. Vegan burgers, yeah, I've had no vegan burgers. He said one eat meat I don't eat a lot of is pork though. Yeah, I don't really eat the swine too much anymore, man. Like I've been pushing off on the swine, bro. I done some ribs, man, on 4th of July, and think that's the last time I had some serious pork, just because it's been a long time, man. Like I haven't had ribs in years, man, but man, I had to have some that day and it was good, but I ain't gonna do it anymore, man. Maybe like once a year. I had Listen, yo, I had Burger King for the first time in 8 years, man. It was good. It was good, man. Like I was like, dang, man. I just had to revisit Burger King. I said, dang, okay, this is good. Because I was like, I don't do this often. Then sometimes I think about it. I'll be like, man, they be putting so much stuff in food now. It's like, how can you eat? How can you eat healthy? Lolita said, I prefer chicken or lean beef. Yeah, I do too. I got some chicken, in the refrigerator now, and lean beef. Yeah. Zama said here we like horse meat. Oh, really? Wow. Any particular type of horse? Like, is there like a particular type of horse y'all eat? Like, can you eat male horse or female horses? Does it matter? Because I know, like, when my, growing up farm, rooster meat is tougher than the chicken meat. Or rooster. Rooster's meat can be tougher than the actual chicken. Female, so is there a difference between like horse meat, male and female, or whatever, or what type of horse? Bear meat? Oh wow, I don't. Oh man, bear meat. I would eat bear before I would eat a snake. I would eat bear meat before I eat snake. I'd eat bear meat before I eat crocodile. I'd eat bear meat before I would eat any type of reptile. Like I wouldn't eat bear meat, but if you made me choose between bear and any type of reptile, I'm choosing the bear. I heard somebody saying they was cooking some reptile one time and they said that thing was stinking. Crocodile tails or something. They said that thing stink, man. Like I don't know if it was the type of meat, the way they prepared it or cleaned it, but that's what I heard. Like some people say it's good. Maybe it was the person cooking it, but I've heard, yeah, that stuff stinks. So because you really ain't supposed to be eating a reptile. So Lolita said watermelon with or without salt. Without salt. Definitely without salt. Bloodthrone said reptile tastes great. You're missing out. Oh man. I'll pass on that. Yeah, Colossus said yeah, deer. I'll do deer. I've done deer. Yeah, deer meat. Yeah. I had rabbit when I was little too. Yeah, all that. Yeah, that's deer meat, honey barbecue. Yeah, I do some deer steak. Deer steak, definitely. I actually want to do some lamb. I haven't had lamb. Surprisingly, I haven't had lamb. I know somebody said that the way you fix lamb, you have to soak it a certain way, like to get the gamey taste out, right? Snake is all right, pretty neutral flavor, kind of dry. I know people that eat turtle, can't eat turtle. I think the most exotic I've gotten is the most exotic I've gotten when I was younger was just squid. That's it. I haven't had shark, nothing like that. I've had squid. Have I tried dove? Oh man, I haven't tried a dove, man. I don't think I can eat a dove, man. I like that sound they make in the morning. Maybe if I was starving, I would, but dang, man, that ain't close to me. I can't kill a dove, man. That break my heart to kill a dove. Me eating on a dove, man. They be making that sound in the morning. I like. If I was starving, maybe, yeah. I'd be like, you gotta go. You gotta go, dove. Shark. Oh man, shark. I haven't shark. Zamen. Can you translate that, Zamen? That ain't Paul. Ain't Paul on another. Paul speaking another level too, man. Like Paul, translate that, man. What are y'all talking about? G. Frank said I had a great and awful bear meat. I guess it depends on a lot what the bear was eating. Oh yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, like depends on what the bear's eating. Probably same thing with the crocodile meat, right? If you raise a crocodile off of fish and maybe in just like a tank, but I still wouldn't eat it. Colstrom said my grandma let me try it when I was little. It was good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know my grandma and they used to have like they had raccoon and stuff like that. I was like, whoa, okay. Not raccoon, was squirrel. People had squirrel meat. I don't know, man. Yeah, I could probably do. I could do squirrel. I could do squirrel. I could definitely do some squirrel meat. Oh, Colstrom said, yeah. After Paul found out Zaman was Russian, they sneak talking in the chat. Oh, they talking trash. No, I'm just. Oh, he said, we're speaking Russian. I said, I love Russian. I'm learning Russian. Oh, okay. Easy said, in some parts in Africa, they eat monkeys' brains and all that. Oh, I can see it. I mean, yeah, we here, here we eat pig brains, right? Pig brains, chitlins, head cheese. So, they're gonna go berserk over there. If we doing pig brains over here, they're gonna do some monkey brains, gorilla brain. Man, hey, they say some of them organs are good for you though. The livers and all of that stuff. I'll pass on some of that. Colton said, dang, UFC is pulling an Alex Pieta Izzy situation on Valentina. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. We're just, so we were talking about like I said, Colton, they need to leave it alone because if they sell this thing too high, they're gonna get their feelings hurt when Wang Kong if Wang Kong loses her next fight, they're gonna get their feelings hurt. Fans are gonna get their feelings hurt because I ain't even gonna play this video, but yeah, WMMA Atticus shared this video. I ain't gonna play it, but I just want to show you. Hold on. Okay. This is the StreamYard screen I'm sharing. Hold on. Oh, I can share y'all this. Hold on. Zama said we eat horse meat only in the Far East, though. Muscle cut bites would be as surprised as you. Try unseasoned meat, underrated. Oh, let me see here. If y'all can. Trying to share this screen. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Hold on. I know it was my background. Hold on. No. Oh, I hate when it does that. Yeah, this one. Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that video. I ain't playing it, but I'll just skim it. You know, the video that she was talking about. Well, the interviewer, just asking questions and asking her at what point they're going to fight again. Let me see. Yeah, they want to build this up as that, but it's not the same. It's just not the same, because Valentina is a longtime MMA fighter and she didn't go out that hard. But this the answer. I mean, this is your answer right here. This is why they doing it. This right here. You see all that money right there? you see it, right? That's what it is. It's money right here. That's all it is. Like that money, man. Colton said, was that one of the fights where the judges kind of robbed Valentina because she was fighting a Chinese fighter? Yeah. I mean, Wang, maybe we'll have to watch it one day, but, Wang did land some good shots in the fight. Valentina did some clinching in it to slow the pace down. I think it just comes down to taste and what the judges like. It wasn't like some type of Rosenstruik to Ivasa type situation, or who was that last fight we were watching? What was it? Josiane Nunes got 30-27 over Jacqueline. Was that one fight? Somebody did that. One of them judges did that. Yeah, it wasn't like no robbery. I think it just came down to like taste. Yeah, but that's what it is. It's money right here. Got to get that money. You want that money. That's what Dana wants. So the quicker they can do it, the quicker they can do it. But hey, get your feelings hurt, man. You get your feelings hurt if she ain't ready. All right, there we go. Easy said, I never turned on Grasso. So I think she didn't win the second fight. Is going to lose this third fight. Heck, I could change my mind when the fight gets closer, right? Blood Throne, what's up again? He said Wang Kong versus Jasmine would be great. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Lolita, they did that 30-27 for Tuivasa that night. I was like, are y'all crazy? James said that fight isn't even money. That's right. It's not money. Yeah, because like Val can make more money fighting Grasso again. Val fighting Amanda Nunes could be big. Val moving up fighting Kayla Harrison. Those are money. But like this fight, this girl just got here. Val has been used to lower tier fighters. Closer says, so is the sphere going to look like a game inside the arena or what? I want a game inside the arena or what? I don't know. Yeah. Easy said Kayla would just lay on Val. Paul said, just my opinion, but I'm not a fan of the Joker stuff. Face paint, pretending to shoot yourself in the head, kind of disturbing. Yeah, I'm not really either. Like, I mean, I was a fan of the Joker from '89. I was a fan of Jack Nicholson's Joker, and what's his name? Cesar Romero's Joker. I still haven't even seen these Joker movies, man. Like, what's the actor's name? Heath Ledger. Like, I didn't see his. I haven't seen that Dark Knight Batman. Just so y'all know, I haven't seen Dark Knight. Like, I just did. I saw some clips of it, but I never really got into it. I really wasn't a fan of his Joker like that. I wasn't a fan of that Joker movie. I didn't watch it. Like, again, I just saw a couple of clips. It didn't really entertain me. I don't know. I guess I grew up old school, man. I just always kind of felt like Joker was supposed to be demented, like funny and demented, like Jack Nicholson's or Cesar Romero's, or like the comic book that I read. Like, not really like a social misfit, but just like a demented gangster. And that's how I always kind of liked him. Like, the Batman from '89, the clean purple suit, the makeup looked just cleaner, and his jokes were a little bit more animated, but they were still violent and crazy. Like, I used to like that one. People like Dark Knight is the greatest movie ever. Yeah, I just couldn't get into it. G. Frank said, "Oh yeah, yeah. What's his name? Mark Hamill's Joker. Yeah, yeah. Batman animated series nailed the Joker. That is the Joker. Like, if you want to like get really dark in the movie and like pull out just the Joker from that cartoon was crazy, man. And Mark Hamill's voice in that, man, he nailed that thing. Those are probably my favorites. Yeah, that one, Mark Hamill's voice over the Joker on the animated series. Yeah, Jack Nicholson and Cesar Romero. And you know what? I didn't even really like that Batman show like that. Like, I liked his Joker, but that Batman show as I got older, it was just kind of corny. The old Adam West show, it kind of got corny after a while. It got dated. Like, if I can't watch the show now, I just thought his Joker was good, but the show as a whole was not that good. His performance was way overrated. Easy said, yeah, it could have just been its own villain from what I've seen, but it wasn't really like Joker. But yeah, what else? We got Demopolis. I'll probably get on tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about some of these fights. But yeah, I want to drop my top 5 Valentina fights tomorrow. I know James gonna like that. He gonna want to hear about the one what my favorite fights of Valentina's are. And I just kind of went through some of the old ones and the ones that I could just revisit. Like, there's some Valentina fights I can watch again. Some that I'm just like, oh, okay, that was all right. But I would say my top 5 from the UFC. Well, I ain't gonna name them now, but I'll just name them for you tomorrow. I'll put this video out. But yeah, there's definitely some good fights in her on her resume. People say Valentina's boring, but yeah. Paul said, "Are you watching them live or just a video?" Yeah, just a video about them. Just picking my 5 fights, my 5 favorite fights that I've liked over the years. Yeah, my opinion hadn't changed on that earlier either. Easy. I as of now, like, I still felt like Valentina won the second fight. Blunt Throne said, "Do you think Fiora beats Valentina?" I think she does. I think she does. I was kind of looking at that Holly Holm fight the other day, the Holly Holm fight, and if Manon can kind of learn from that fight as far as using her strength and not making those same mistakes of being predictable or being in and out, I think she could learn from that. But Manon's kind of her own fighter. She's not like Holly. Some people made those comparisons because she's big and throws those flurries, but I could see her winning that fight. Colton said the Andrade fight was good because it was surprising. Yeah, it was surprising, yet it wasn't. Parts of it were. I know a lot of people thought that was going to be the one where that punch would land on Valentina. We see her tested. Surprisingly, it wasn't, though. Andrade didn't even get a shot off on her like that. It was Grasso that put Valentina down and made her roll. That's what's crazy. Like, we just never know how this thing goes. Lodi said Michael Jai White. Yeah, he was in that Batman, right? Bloodthorn was, I think it'll be close, but I think Val edges it. I think Fiora's a little too slow. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll definitely be on the decision side. I think when Valentina comes back, she won't be as like dominant as she was before. I think she'll think a little bit more. Um, yeah, I think at this point, yeah, it could be, yeah, it could go either way. Valentina, I got to give her respect. Val needs to fight Grasso the way she fought Andrade. Yeah, she didn't really do it. She didn't really do too much fancy stuff. She didn't really do too much fancy stuff as far as like spinning. Like, I know she was doing a lot of spinning kicks and stuff like that in all her other fights, but when she fought Andrade, she kept her eyes on Andrade. That's a good point. Like when I was watching that fight again, she kept her eyes on Andrade. Like she wrestled the crap out of her too, like just good positioning, like how she picked her up and was just getting that position behind her back. And there's one point where Andrade was just like sideways, and as soon as Andrade was sideways and Valentina had the body lock, she picked her up and dropped her. I was like, wow, Valentina's strong. But the thing is, like I said, like Valentina didn't spend a lot of time doing a lot of fancy moves. That's why when she spent on Grasso and her, they timed it. So yeah, Val, if she spends more time here trying to, focus on, her strength and wrestling Grasso down and not using anything fancy like head tosses, in judo. If she just goes in there and wrestles Grasso, I believe her wrestling is better. She takes Grasso off of her feet and keeps her down round after round, she could finish her on the ground. Stay in that position where she can drop them elbows like she did on Chikagan. Don't spend too. That's what her whole striking game plan needs to be. Valentina's game plan, the strike needs to be just enough to get on the inside and take the fight to the ground. Not play chess with Grasso. Not spend too much time like, oh, let me stay on the outside here, pick her apart. Even though she was out jabbing Grasso a couple of times, but Grasso will come back with the better damage and sequences. Yeah, if she strictly grapples, I think she could win the fight. She will have to be ready, with the gas tank wise. But if she starts early, if she grapples early, the fight might not need to go 5, right? The fight might not need to go 5 if she starts grappling early. She put that strength on Grasso early, put her on her back, start elbowing and opening some cuts up. And that's why I say she needs to fight to finish. No chess match, no overly protective rounds, where she's just pecking away. Like the little pecks that she's doing here, they ain't gonna win the fight like that. Grasso gonna be looking to headhunt. That's why body kicks are important on Grasso, landing body kicks and body kicks and leg kicks. I was looking how she was doing at the Holly, like constantly chewing Holly's lead leg up. Kept hitting that inside off combination, hitting that leg, hit that leg. Then, finally timing her and getting on the inside. G Frame said, do you think 5 Val fights have to be fights where she wins, or are we talking about best Val performances? It depends on what you're looking for. I mean, I'm just posting my favorite fights, my top 5 favorite fights, but yours could be favorite finishes, like if it's based off finishes, yeah, or just like fights where she wins. I'm focused on fights where she wins, mainly, like, but because there's been so many. But if you threw a fight in there where she lost, you might have seen the best performance from her there, where she really had to rise to the occasion. So yeah, I would include a loss too. Yeah. Like, let me see. Who's a fighter where I could include a loss as part of their career where I enjoy their fight? Let me think. So there's been a number, but I'm trying to think of somebody recently. Like if I pick Joanna's favorite fights, if I did Joanna's favorite fights, like I could put the Valentina fight in there because that was a good fight for Joanna. Like that could be a top 5 for Joanna. Or even, the Tyler Santos fight. That was a fight where she struggled, but you saw her have to fight. That's a good fight. You might just go back to watch it. But like Joanna, if I did a top 5 for Joanna, I think the Valentina fight would be in there because I thought it was interesting how, she did have some success, not like a great deal, but like in the championship round, she was still there, and how she was giving Valentina a hard time with those takedowns, the way she was scrambling back up. Even Joanna's loss. Yeah, right, James. I would say that's a favorite fight of Joanna. Like even though she lost, I would put that as a top 5. Lolia said, was the first I was on the road list the compliment was saying, oh no, or something like that. And I was like, what's happening? Um Colossus said my favorite fight from Val was against Pena. Oh yeah, that was classic too, man. There's been a lot, man. Like I'm really have to go back through and look because there's just some I've been pinpointing, but yeah, that I was looking at that one too, man. That Pena fight, yeah, Pena fight was good. I was actually picking Pena in that fight too, man. That's what I was picking Pena, man, and she was kicking that first round off, man. I was like, okay, Pena looked like she might win, but then she started telegraphing them knees. Valentina swooped her off her feet. Then when she got submitted in that second round, I was like, Pena, you dummy. I ain't even gonna lie. When Pena lost that night, I was like, Pena, what you doing? You dummy. Oh man. That was good though. That was good. Colossus said, what's your favorite Suarez fight? Mine was Grasso. Those scrambles and transitions were legendary. My favorite Suarez fight. Hmm. Yeah, I like the Carla fight. I like that Carla performance. Alexa Grasso, that one holds a lot of weight now, but that was a good fight. Both of those were good. I like both of those fights, the Carla fight and the Suarez fight. Carla fight and the Grasso fight. Yeah, Jennifer Maya, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. I thought Jennifer gave her a good scrap. I will say the Holly Holm fight was good. Not a lot of people talk about that. I started to save it, but I'm just saying, like as of right, that's why I just put that out there. Holly Holm fight was an underrated fight. I don't think a lot of people say that, but that was a good that was a good performance by Valentina. That was a technically good fight. May not been like the showstopper Holly versus Ronda was, or like that dramatic end like Holly versus Tate, but the home fight, man, Valentina woke me up. Of course, I was picking Holly in that fight because how I rock with Holly. Like I was like, yeah, pick Holly. I was rooting for Holly, but something told me like Valentina. She's a little bit more, just a little bit more educated on the feet with her choices, and timing is her thing. So yeah, Holly. Not a lot of people talk about that fight. That's a good one. So I went all the way back. Yeah, I went all the way back to like bantamweight fights, and that was like one of my favorite bantamweight fights from her, next to the Pena fight. Yeah, man, the fights they were okay. They were okay. They weren't like amazing, of course. Like I can't even go back. I can't lie. I can't go back and watch them like that unless I'm doing a study or something like that. But that's just being honest. Like they didn't really make great. They didn't make a great style matchup. Amanda and Valentina didn't make a great style matchup, so I don't watch those fights like that. Yeah, the first one was probably the better one. Yeah, first one, if I had to say, the first one was probably the better one. Close would say, even though I'm a Kayla fan, I felt bad for Holly, her head was getting beat like a drum. Man, I did too. Shoot, I felt bad for her in that fight, man. I was hoping Holly was gonna show her something, man, but Kayla, man, came in and stomped her, man. Well, we got Kayla versus Ketlin coming up. They're going to be on the title fight card with Pena and Pennington. That should be interesting. So they got the same turnaround time, so no excuse from both winners. That fight should be on schedule. So maybe Kayla get in it. Maybe if Kayla wins, she gets in the cage. If Pena wins, or Pennington wins, and Pennington or Pena call her out. That's the question. If Pena wins her belt, let me ask y'all: if Pena wins the belt back, do you think she calls out Kayla? What do you think, Colossus? Do you think Pena calls out Kayla? Because I ain't really heard nobody call Kayla out. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it just seemed like ain't nobody really been calling her out like that. I'm just watching. I'm just going off what I see. Ketlin was the only one I heard call out Kayla Harrison like that. James Perez said, no way Nunes won the rematch. JP said, combo, who are you picking, Dakota or Tyler? Woo, man. If I was basing it off of performances from what they both look like in their last fights right now, which I really don't, because styles make fights. But the way Tyler has not really been progressing, in my opinion, I kind of lean towards Dakota. Right now. I'm going to just say that. I kind of lean towards Dakota a little bit, man. Like, I just think that based off of what we've seen and how game plans were executed, I kind of lean towards it. Just seems like it might be kind of like a Joanna versus Claudia situation. Like, it might be hard. Tyler might put up a good fight, but I think it might come down to who's sticking to their game plan. Like, Dakota might be strictly striker, but I think she really 100% believes in her striking like Joanna did. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just off of what I've taken away from that situation at the time from the last couple fights from both of them. I don't know, man. Like, I kind of just see like a Joanna Claudia situation playing out. Like, Tyler might make the wrong choices and fade. JP said, I think Tyler will go in there and ragdoll her. She could. I would like to see her do that, just to, show Dakota some things, show her what's up. But I don't know. JP, man. Like, can Tyler keep that pace up? If she ragdolls her and takes her down in one round, can she finish her? Because I think Tyler needs more of a finish than Dakota does, because I think Dakota's got the gas tank and the stand-up to last. I know Jenna Bishop took Dakota off of her feet. I was like, okay, there you go. But is Tyler going to be able to get in and do the same thing and do that consistently? Can she do it over and over? Like I was saying in one of my last videos, is that the thing about Tyler is I don't think like she's really progressed in her striking either, man. Like, Dakota, her body attack is vicious. Like, can Tyler come back with that? Tyler used to land some nice body shots, Can she get on the inside like she did with JoJo with a couple of good shots and then pin her up and ragdoll her? I don't know. Yeah, JP. Yeah, she was a finisher pre-UFC. Finisher pre-UFC, but yeah, in the UFC, she had never really been no finisher. Never really been no finisher. But she's got to be able to get in there, do some serious damage. Tyler's gone 5 rounds. Dakota has never. Yeah, but in those fights, still in those fights. So, you're dealing with somebody I think hits a little bit harder than how many rounds was the Aaron fight? That was 3. Yeah, that was 3. The Valentina fight, she suffered a lot of damage in that fight. Valentina wasn't really spending too much time on the feet throwing shots either. You know. Yeah. Tyler's eye, man, Lolita. Yeah, that's a big part of it too. Like they didn't have that thing fixed. Like they didn't have surgery. They didn't have surgery on it. Colossus said I was shocked how easy Jenna did. Yeah, took Dakota down. Yeah, she did, man. She sure did, man. Like if Tyler can do that in the first round, I hope that her ground and pound is on point, JP. Because that look, JP, first round submission, I think she's gonna need some ground and pound. I think she's got to soften Dakota up. Like she gonna be ready to put her in that submission. Like who's the last person she submitted? Alara Yawani, right? Can she crank Dakota out like that? I don't know, man. Dakota's strong, so I think Santos really needs to have that ground and pound, man. Gonna have to soften her up. Yeah, she'll take her down. She can take her down. She got to keep her down. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, cardio, man. That's what I'm worried about. If Santos has Dakota in that same choke that she had Liz in, oh no, Dakota, I don't think she'll get out of that. That's the thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Dakota is so fast and slippery, and that she's gonna have to be worn down. Like before she goes straight for a submission against Dakota, she's gonna have to either make sure she's in that position that she's making a mistake, or Dakota is worn down. Because I know when Dakota get down there, she gonna be trying to do that scramble like Joanna, man. And she gonna be trying to push kick Tyler back, trying to create that space when she gets taken down. Because that's the thing, man. Like definitely, I'm not comparing her to Joanna, but they train out of the same gym, and she's focusing on that same type of stuff that Joanna did, like takedown defense and that get up. They're gonna be working on that. So my thing is, yeah, I know Santos can get her down. I know she can, but how's she gonna keep her down? Because when she gets up a couple of times in the first round, that's where we gotta have to worry a little bit. That's where we might have to worry and say, oh. Easy said Dakota has something JJ did. Power, yeah, power in a very uh focused body attack. Yeah, Dakota has that too, like that power and body attack, man. So you come running in, you come shooting, and you get caught. And remember this too, JP. Jenna Bishop was hitting Tyler a couple times. Even Jenna Bishop caught Tyler with some shots. So how Tyler gonna react, man? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Tyler was over there laughing at the little cut scene down there at the bottom in the little camera. You see Tyler laughing when Dakota got taken down. But I was like, don't do that yet, girl. Don't start laughing yet. Because then when she got that finish, it's different. Lolita said, isn't Dakota taller than JJ? Oh, yeah. Girl's like 5'9". Yeah, she's taller. Easy still, let's forget about Jenna. No, man, we ain't gonna forget about Jenna. She's still legit, man. Does Dakota have the cardio to go 5 rounds like JJ? Genuine question. I haven't watched many of her fights. They've been short. Like her kickboxing career, she's been working. She's been working on that level. Like she hasn't gone. So that will be tested. That part of her will be tested. But knowing Tyler has gone 5, but hasn't looked the best. So Jenna versus Conor Watanabe. Yeah, I like that fight. That's a good wrestler versus grappler type of fight. I like that one. Dang, man, they be doing Conor and Juliana Velasquez wrong though, man. They keep throwing them in there with Liz Carmouche, man. Conor Watanabe about to have 5 losses, and they about to be all the Liz Carmouche. Same with Juliana Velasquez. They keep putting them in there with the same person. Well, between the two of them, yeah, Liz Carmouche got 5 wins over both of them. Liz Carmouche beat Velasquez 3 times, and she beat Conor twice. Easy said Liz is annoying, ain't she? I mean, man, they keep doing that, man. Like, they kept putting her in there against them fighters, man. I was like, dang. Did y'all think Liz Carmouche was gonna beat Dakota, or do y'all think Dakota was gonna win that fight had Liz won against Tyler? Oh snap, man! It's 2 hours now. I'm about to get off in here, go eat something. I gotta take me a shower and go eat. Zama said Jamal Hill, another 1 round who has bad takedown defense, great get ups and grappling defense. Yeah, he work on that takedown defense first, man. I know Grasso gonna have to make sure she got that in this next fight coming up. But it's going down. Easy said Dakota would have picked Liz apart from the outside. Yeah, Dakota's like what, 5'9", right? That's the scary part about her, though. I'm just saying, it's like she is long and tall, like Chikagan, but unlike Chikagan, she got power. But we'll see, though, man. Tyler has a great chance to win the fight. It's all on her, man. It's her fight to lose, man. Tyler's got this type of UFC experience. It's time to wear it. It's time to wear that hat in this fight. Been a lot of talk here. So Tyler's got to do what she got to do. But we'll talk about it more, as we get closer. It is did they put a date out for that fight yet? Dakota and Tyler, what's the date on that fight? Kayla Harrison sees Dakota stopping Tyler Santos. Dang, okay. Of course, she's in her gym. She'll say that. What's the date on this fight? October? Because we got Chris Cyborg and Larissa Pacheco. I still ain't did a video on that yet. If Dakota beat Colostrum said, if Dakota beats Santos, then she needs to go to the UFC, because why stay in the UFC if you beat someone like Santos? Right. Because you just beat somebody that just beat Valentina. So yeah, it's time to go. JP said, has a fight been announced? I thought it was. I thought somewhere there was a date. Maybe I was imagining. It's supposed to be before the end of the year, right? Is it November? I thought with PFL they had all the I thought they always have their tournaments already like pre-planned out. That's why I was looking for the date. Colostrum said, will there be a stoppage in the Pacheco versus Cyborg fight? Yes. There's going to be a stoppage in that fight. There's going to be a stoppage in that fight. Oh, Paul said, Combo, I want to hear your thoughts on Aldana and Dumont sometime soon. Oh, yeah, for sure. That fight's coming up, right? Oh, yeah. Where am I talking about? It's on the 14th. It's the same day as Grasso Shevchenko. Yeah, for sure. And Haurigi and Souza. Yeah, for sure. I will speak on that this week, possibly. Yeah. try to get some talk in on that. Aldana Dumont. They try to match them up with some scrappy fighters, make this thing entertaining, make this card banging. So yeah, this gonna be good. Man, Dumont been talking some junk. Did y'all see that? I gotta talk about that one day, man. Dumont was talking junk, man. Y'all see that? Dumont with her most recent interview. Dumont said it's a slap in the face for Juliana Pena to have a title shot. She's like, Juliana Pena, man. She was like, she caught a man on a bad day. She ain't giving Pena no credit for that win. She said, you fought a man on a bad day. You ain't nothing. She was like, GDR submitted you. Norma Dumont starting to talk trash now. I can't wait till she come across Kayla, because she hadn't mentioned Kayla either, though, man. Like, I want to hear Norma call out Kayla too, so I want to hear her talk some. I want to hear her talk some Kayla trash. He said Norma sick opinion mess. Yeah, look at this. She said, I think Rocky wins the fight, not because she's a dominant champion, but because I don't think that. Because I don't think that. She said, I just think Juliana is just that bad. I mean, she got submitted by GDR. I mean, come on. It's weird to say Rocky's gonna win something. It's weird to say Rocky's gonna win something, but I think she wins this one. Dang. She dissed Rocky and Juliana Pena. Wow, man. She dissed both of them, man. She said it's hard to say Rocky's ever going to win something, but she's going to win this one because she said Juliana Pena is trash. Norma Dumont, boy, she talking trash. She better get ready for this fight though against Aldana, because Irina Aldana could put her down. I like the trash talk. But again, man, nobody calling out Kayla like that though, man. Like, Kayla's the new blood, new in the division, but Kayla's kind of, hardcore on these girls right now. She kind of strong arm in this division. I kind of like it. Close was, I mean, she made some good points, because why is Pena getting a title shot after getting dominated, and she also has no ranked wins? That's a fact. Yeah, and 2 years off after a rib injury doesn't really sound like I'm title shot ready, right? I mean, when Jamal Hill came back to fight Alex, I was like, please don't do it. He had a serious injury too, and he came back and fought Alex right away. That was nuts. Norman will out wrestle Aldana, you think? Yeah, she ain't gonna stand with her like that. Yeah, she might. Norma might come here and drown her, man. Norma heavy too. I think that's how it might play out though. Like, when Norma feels Aldana's power, she probably gonna take it to that next level. Bloodthorn said, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Dumont say that she was too inexperienced for a title shot back when Nunes was champion? Um, did she say that? I know she was like, I need a few more fights at one point. Yeah, that must have been a few years ago, probably like 2 or 3 years ago. Because since she's racked up some wins, she's kind of been talking like she wants the title shot now. I know something like that when she was like at featherweight or whatever, but she really hadn't fought too many bantamweight fights, right? She's only had one legit bantamweight fight. I think I read an article and she said that. Okay. Yeah, she might have, man. Like, sometimes these articles run together. I kind of remember her saying something like that when Amanda was around. I'm trying to think, man, because sometimes these fighters, they first come in. I understand they want to respect the champion, but I know when they get a couple wins and they be ready to go, they be feeling themselves. It's like Zama said, at least she said she get her butt whooped. Right. She bet you a little bit more, you know. She played it right. But yeah, that's funny, man. Dumont, she talking trash, man. She said, she talking trash about both of them, man. So I guess Julian Pena, she just feels like she don't deserve the shot because of her inactivity. But I think Norma is just kind of feeling the same way the fans are about the division, but it's kind of picking up. I mean, it ain't nowhere near even a strawweight division is right now, but hey, we'll see where it goes. Can't stand when fighters don't advocate for title shots until someone else already gets it. Like, make it make sense. Yeah. It's like, well, blood throne. It's like when people see somebody get something before they got it, then they're like, "Man, I wanted that." Well, you should have said something. It's like a toy. Like when little kids got toys. Little kid don't want this toy. He don't want the He-Man doll until he sees the other kid pick up the He-Man doll. Then he wants to take it from him. You know, it's all starts from childhood. That little He-Man dog could just be sitting there. And he'd be, I don't want that. But then when the other kid picks it up, then he's like, I want it. Pena should have fought before getting the shot. Yeah, I think I had thought her and Irina Aldana or her and Ketlin Vieira should have fought. That would have been a good fight. Oh yeah, G Frank. Yeah, yeah. I remember when she was frustrated. Norma was like 4-0 at 145, and the title was vacant. But Norma said she wanted a top 5 fight in the post fight. Yeah, when the title was vacant at the time, like she should have at least tried for that, man. I do remember that. Like, who did she beat? Aspen Lad? Was that before she lost to Macy Chase on? Because she could have just got that fight, and if they're going to shut the division down, at least that would have still went down as her being a champion somewhat. Then she could have used that as leverage to move up, move down, and fight at 135. I don't know, man. I don't I don't know if Danny even going to put that out as a belt anymore. Blood Throne. I don't think anybody's going to fight for that vacant belt now. He said Rocky probably going to whoop Pena though. Just being real, Pena hadn't been the most healthy. Yeah, Rocky got a good jab. And I think she's got. I think Rocky's got that skill, but I don't know if Pena's still got that type of. I think she has the heart and the dog, but what about her durability right now? Because her rib was broke, um, head got split before. I just hope she's 100% healed and ready to, fight. And she's just going to be ready for that type of war again if that's what she's bringing. I don't want to see her, just go in there and get stopped early. Rewatch Ketlin last fight with Panny. She got on the ground, but she ain't do nothing yet. People think she's a big threat to Kayla. I'll go back and watch that, man. Like, I won't say she's a big threat to Kayla, but I would like to just see Kayla get some experience again, fight at 135. Like, maybe, she could give her a good fight, but like this huge threat, I don't know. Like, when you just lay on somebody sometimes, that's just not enough. I will at least give Kayla credit in her last few fights. Like, well, yeah, I would say her, even in some of the PFL fights, she was using some ground and pound too. Like, when she gets you down, she is dangerous there. She ain't just gonna lay on you. So, but yeah, y'all, I'm about to jump off here. Good talk, good talk, good little Labor Day, little Labor Day talk, Labor Day chat. Yeah, let's see what we got going on tomorrow, y'all. Maybe I'll do a video talking about Rena Aldana. I know Paul wanted hear about that fight, Norman Dumont. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out and subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, as always, had fun. Respect and shout out to everybody in the chat as always. Let me go sit down and eat. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.